Welcome to Simply Liminal. My name is Stacy. This is my daily 2-card reading for Sunday, April 14th, 2024. This is one of those beautiful days. I've kind of had it on my calendar. I mean, for a couple reasons, but I'm like 041424. If you pay attention to numbers or a little number geeky like me, this is a beautiful and I think could be very powerful day. So this week we are working with the Angels of Atlantis Oracle card deck by Stuart Pierce. Now, Stuart, this is the first of 2 decks that he has written. He says that he channeled these angels from Atlantis, 12 archangels, back in 1987, and he's seen them as orbs of light in various colors. He also ties this deck through them to 44 cards because 44 was a sacred master number of Atlantis, and the message through these cards is to inspire us to acts of heartfelt love for healing and spiritual empowerment, which is beautiful. The cards are gorgeous. The artwork is gorgeous. They are shiny. It's a shiny, shiny deck. When I worked with his other deck a couple months ago, I really had lots of like glaring. I've tried to work on my lights so it doesn't, you know, kind of blur the images out. But I have also really come to realize that if the light shines down on us, there's a focus there for us. There's something the divine is wanting to highlight to us. So, as always, I do a 2-card reading for these daily readings. I look at the energy of the day, which is the energy that's directed towards us from the universe, from our world, from our environment, and then the focus is the intention, effort, or response that we put into that energy, because ultimately we're co-creating with Spirit here. Spirit sends us energy, but we play a role too, and how we respond or react can make a huge difference in our own lives, as well as, that was a terrible shuffle, in our own lives, as well as in the lives of other people around us. We can make a difference to other people, just like we can make a difference in our own life. And sometimes it's just to a very small circle of people that we make a difference to. And sometimes it's a much broader circle, and sometimes we don't even realize the influence we have. That's why it's always best to give some thought and focus and attention into how we respond to things. I'm a little stuffed up. I've been fighting off a head cold, so I apologize if I sound nasally. Before any of these readings, I open up a circle of light and love and protection, which extends to everybody in the collective who watches these videos and these readings. You are protected no matter when it is. And I also believe that no matter when you watch these readings, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, next year, there's some message for you in the cards. Like there's something that you need to see. I had 3 cards jump out here that I don't normally shuffle like that. And I think we're going to go with 3 cards. Last week, the same thing happened. I had 2 cards and a 3rd one. It just, they fell out of the bottom of the deck. So that's what we're going to do here. We are going to look at these 2 cards, and we're going to look at this one as a as just a confirmation card. I feel like confirmation seems the right, the word that I'm getting when I think about this. So let us look at this, these cards. I will discuss the archangels themselves, but I really want to focus on Stuart Pierce's words and writing about these cards. So let us look at our energy for today. We have the energy of Raziel, and the message here is retreat. And this is actually an Egyptian temple, but you can see that there's a place here where you could go back in there and be protected. And sometimes we do need to retreat. We need to pull back a little bit, not really have any action. We just need to be quiet, silent, rest. So retreat. First of all, Raziel is the archangel that is associated with the divine mysteries. He or she, the archangels really have non-gendered energy, is the keeper of magic. So with this card and with Raziel, we get spiritual insights, creative ideas, and mysteries that are revealed to us. So this is really exciting. But the message is retreat. So that's kind of a pause to me. I'm seeing pause, slow down, pull back a little bit. So let me read this message directly, because I think it's important to read the words that Stuart channeled. So retreat. It says, Raziel suggests you are pushing yourself too hard, and thus this all-seeing archangel wants you to rest and retreat. The great temple of Abu Simbel was probably built about 1240 BC. So we're looking at greater than 3,000 years ago now. That's me saying that, not him. And was intended to amplify inner stillness for those who were drawn there. Being in retreat will allow you to feel your heart's desire. For love is the vibration of that the angels are witness to. And it is the guidance of your loving heart that the angels will inform you of. This is the card of divine orientation. For Raziel stands on the left hand of God and administers many secrets directly to your soul. Wow. So powerful message from Raziel. Retreat, pause, rest, renew. And I believe these divine messages will come to you if you're quiet in your thought process, quiet in your mind. That is how I'm going to look at this day. Of course, you can do what you wish with it, but that's kind of the guidance I'm seeing. Now, let's look at our focus card for today. We have Zafkael, which is also interesting, and this message is surrender. These cards work incredibly well together, right? The energy of stillness and retreat, and also surrender. Surrender isn't giving up. Sometimes surrender is just allowing what's going to happen with grace. I've been working on that a lot in the last month. I've had to learn that sometimes we can't change things, and we have to deal the best we can with what happens to us, and hopefully have some grace and acceptance and surrender to a bigger picture than we understand. So Zafkael is considered the sacred lover, tied to compassion, ecstasy, romance, sacred love, emotional love, love from source, and love that replenishes us. But sometimes the best way to accept love is to surrender to it. So let me read what's in this card from this message from the guidebook. Surrender. The angels want you to know that you are holding too tightly to a part of your life and that you need to relinquish that hold. Trust that healing will swiftly come, for it always does. Boy, these two messages really go hand in hand, don't they? Resistance only intensifies the aspect of life that we are holding on to you, whether this be a relationship, our career, or our health. Zafkael wants you to surrender to heaven and let the angels carry you. This lover angel wants you to learn how you may release all notion of control, substituting such action with a yielding to the management of life. It is an illusion that any part of life may be controlled by predetermining outcomes. Let go and let God in. Remember, everything that you surrender will be replaced by something better, thus allowing miracles to fully happen. So this message here, let go and let God in, just kind of reminds me again of the song that's kind of been playing on autopilot through my head for the last couple days, is My Sweet Lord by George Harrison. If you don't know it, find it and listen to it. It's a beautiful song, and I think there's a great message to us. George Harrison was a deeply spiritual person, and apparently a very kind person. Also quite gifted musically as one of the Beatles, and quite an interesting career after the Beatles. So I definitely think we need to look at this other card. I'm going to spread these out a little bit as kind of like a double down on this message and see what the meaning is for us, because this is a powerful message, but really it's telling us we need to pause because we're a little overwhelmed, and we need to allow ourselves to surrender. Excuse me. So our confirmation card was the word that came to me. And so that's how I'm going to look at this, as confirmation card is Michael. And this is enchantment. Now, Michael, this is sort of a lavendery or lilac colored orb, and we have a unicorn here. And what is really more magical than a unicorn? And the message is enchantment. So let's talk about Michael. for just a second. Michael is one of the great archangels. I mean, they're all great. Who are we kidding? But Michael is considered the cosmic leader. He is a warrior. He is a champion of justice. He is also a healer and a guardian of the sick. But this idea of enchantment is beautiful. And I think that really if we allow ourselves to rest, retreat, relax, renew, allow ourselves to surrender, then enchantment is coming to us. That's how I see this message, and I'm pretty darn excited. Let me read what is written here for this card through the guidebook from Stuart Pearce. It says, enchantment. Michael asks you to remember the magic of your life by connecting with the path of the enchanted. Is magic missing from your life, or are you aware of a lack of imagination in your creative purpose? Allow the divine joy of the child within you to reconnect with the free flow fun that was once present in your innocence. This is a doorway to the numinous. With this card, the unicorn's magical horn touches your soul with the love of its perspicity, compelling, eternal, and especially wise with the divine light within you. When it shines, the charisma of your soul magnetizes all the people around you. Wow. I'm rarely speechless, but I feel like this is such a powerful message to us today. I think I'm looking at this as, you know, things that we need to do. We need to retreat, and we need to rest, and we need to allow ourselves to surrender, and we are going to get enchantment as our gift for doing that. Or not even a gift, but once we do these things, it's going to allow enchantment to flow into our lives. And that is a beautiful thing. And this is a beautiful message. And there we have this little extra light shining here on Zaf Kyle and his message of surrender. And so I want to tell you that surrender is a hard thing for me and for many people. It's hard to feel like we're letting go and allowing what happens to happen. But I think the light is an extra emphasis that that's exactly what we need to do today. I hope you have found this reading helpful. I hope you've connected with it in some way. I would love to hear what you're thinking about this deck and these readings. These two decks of Stuart Pearce's are so powerful. Again, this is the Angels of Atlantis oracle that he wrote, but please like, please subscribe, please share my videos, please comment on these videos. All of these things help my channel grow so I can help spread these messages to more people. I just really think there's beautiful divine guidance through oracle cards in general, but through this reading. I certainly personally see myself as a part of the collective I'm reading for, and I'm taking a lot away from the message of this day, April 14th, which is a special day. I already talked about kind of the numerology of it, but we have 041424. 4/14/24. So beautiful day, everybody. Please have a blessed day. I'm excited for this one to see how this is going to play out. My name is Stacy. Thank you for coming to Simply Liminal and visiting with me. Have a nice day.